Welcome to today's video. What I want to walk you through here are a few different exercises and stretches that you can do to work on your shoulder mobility, okay? So I pretty routinely work with clients that have some issues in their shoulder mobility where you have trouble either reaching your hands up above your head or just feel that shoulder joint being tight throughout different ranges of motion. These 5 exercises are probably going to help you out in just being able to loosen up the joint, help you to move better and feel better. And even if you don't have shoulder mobility issues, these exercises can also be really good for you to do as a warm-up before you train shoulders or do any type of upper body lifting. So I'm going to walk you through each one, and also linked in the description are a few other upper body and shoulder mobility routines that I've already recorded if you want to learn more and get some different options that you can use. Let's dive in. All right, so we're gonna get started on the floor, and the first exercise I wanna walk you through is something called quadruped shoulder circles. So what you're actually gonna do is get into a position where you're on all fours with your knees and your hands on the ground. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so you're gonna get in a position here where your knees are underneath your hips, your hands are underneath your shoulders. And this is very similar to a cat-cow position, if you've ever done that exercise before, where you kind of arch one way and then arch the other. But what we're actually gonna do here is focus on rotating your shoulders in this position. So you have your hands on the ground to provide some stability and resistance to allow you to resist your body weight and do this comfortably. And what I want you to think about doing is first rotating with backward circles. So think about shrugging back, then tucking those shoulders down into your hips, and then rolling them all the way forward up to your head. And what we're gonna do here is just really essentially do 10 circles one way, and then once you complete those 10 circles with the reverse rotation, then we're going to go into forward rotation. So the exact same concept, just bringing those shoulders forward, okay? 10 rotations in one direction, 10 rotations in the other. And if that feels really good, you can continue to repeat that. Okay, the second stretch we're gonna do is something called an L-arm stretch. And it's called an L-arm stretch because you basically put your body in a position where you're making the letter L. So you're gonna lay down on your side with your legs out this way, you know, straight down from your body, and you're gonna lean with your one arm out in front of your body, okay? So you have this arm straight out to the side, you have this hand which you can put on the ground to help support your body, help keep you stable, and also kind of help resist your body weight. Because what we're gonna do here is with this arm straight out in front of your body, what I want you to actually do is lower your chest towards the ground until you start to feel a stretch. What it'll be is on your rear delt back here, but on this arm. You should start to feel a light stretch on the back of your shoulder, and then when you feel that stretch, I want you to stay in this position for 5 to 10 seconds and hold a static stretch, okay? So you lower back down till you feel that stretch, stay there for a few seconds, and then use this hand to push your body weight back up. And we're gonna repeat that again. So lean in until you feel that stretch, hold there for 5 to 10 seconds, press away. This is something that you can repeat 5 to 10 times. Again, we're just trying to feel a light stretch. And then obviously what you'll do is repeat that motion, but on the other side to get the other shoulder. All right, so we stretched the back part of your shoulder. Now what we wanna do is focus on stretching the front part of your shoulder. And what we're gonna do is called a prone shoulder stretch. So you're actually gonna get down on your belly here. And similar to the previous exercise, you're gonna stick one arm out to the side and use this other hand as support. And with this arm out to the side, what I want you to do with this hand is slowly push your torso up. So you're gonna kind of almost rotate away from the floor, and what you should feel is a stretch in your front delt. You'll probably feel it across your chest too, but you should feel it in the front of your shoulder that's extended out to the side. So like I said, we already stretched the rear delt. Now we're gonna be doing a little bit of stretching to the front delt. And just like you did for those rear delts, you can hold that for 5 to 10 seconds once you start to feel a light stretch in your shoulder. Then come back down to the starting position, and you can repeat that a few times to, you know, just work on that area a little bit. All right, we're gonna get up off the ground for these last 2 stretches. And this first one is gonna be side leaning arm raises. So what you're gonna do for this exercise, you're gonna stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. And what I want you to think about doing is quite simply extending one arm up above your head as far as you can. And then with that arm extended, start to slowly lean your torso to the one side. This will bring your hand down your leg, which is a good way to kind of keep track of where you are. Oftentimes I like to stop when my hand gets to my knee, but really where I want you to stop as you do this lean is when you start to feel a light stretch across the side of your body through your lat. You may even feel this up into the back of your shoulder. Once you start to feel that stretch, I want you to hold there, okay? And I want us to do some static stretching here where you're holding for 30 seconds or more to really feel that stretch across the side. And then once you do it on this side, you'll obviously repeat that here on the other side with another isometric hold. And the very last stretch that I have for you is something called a clasped hand extension. What we're gonna do for this one, it is what it sounds like, okay? So we're gonna take your hands, put them behind your body, and I want you to clasp your fingers together, okay? Just like you would be, putting your hands together in front of you, but I want you to do it behind your body. And what I want you to think about when you have your hands back here is almost kind of puffing your chest up and then thinking about pushing those clasped hands down and away from your torso, okay? You're really gonna feel a ton of stretch across the top of your pecs and into the front delt, and that's the point of it. We're stretching out that shoulder once again by thinking about puffing your chest out and pushing those hands back and down. If you're able to do these exercises consistently, and I would recommend if you have shoulder mobility issues, doing these consistently, this is something easy that you should be able to do once a day. Should not take you much longer than 10 minutes. And if you can be consistent with it, the repetition of doing these exercises will inevitably help you open up your shoulders and get a bit better range of motion. So I hope this helped. If it did, make sure you subscribe for more videos just like this. Thanks for watching.